One more race in 2025 for the WinterIndy series. One more race for 2025. Period. This is it. We're gonna hang it out for the rest of the calendar year, and we won't be back until January 5 for the Mazda Mondays. Nick Pressey, Bryce Saucier will be on the front row to lead us into battle one more time in this calendar season. The green flag is out. We're racing at Laguna Seca. Already 2, 3, 4 cars involved. Someone's missing a piece of their race car. Toby Estes also gets a piece of that one. Who's damaged, who's not? Nick Pressey in the 94 gets away with an early lead. Aaron Edwards, Noah Belleville, Briley Wright running second, third, fourth. Someone lost a piece of their race car, and it appears to be Noah Belleville in car 41. Bryce Saucier, his championship rival in the 7, undamaged. Into the corkscrew, Noah Belleville missing that piece of wing. And if that's the only thing that Noah's missing, he might just be okay. It's not the most detrimental piece of hardware to lose on the race car. Car 41 now sitting ahead of Briley Wright. Bryce Saucier looms in the distance, and out in front, as Briley Wright goes off the track in the number 3. The Kentucky pilots had an incident. Nick Pressey still leads at the front. And the Greensburg native gets going again. Let's see what happened to Briley. Oh, he just gives it a spin out of the last corner. Briley running in 7th, Bryce in 6th. Noah Belleville, the championship rival, sitting in 3rd. Nick Pressey came away with the pole, so no bonus points. These are the standings coming into the final round. Remember, it is 1 point per position as Noah Belleville gives up the position to Colin McDonough. Bryce Saucier must finish at minimum 5 positions ahead of Noah Belleville. So that means if Noah finishes 5th or better, the championship is his. And it's that easy. Noah has to finish 5th or better, and a couple of blinks and pieces missing off of his race car. That's not looking too good right now. Bryce Saucier, if Noah finishes 6th, Bryce must then win the race. So even if Noah Belleville finishes 6th, 7th, it doesn't mean anything if Bryce doesn't finish at least 2nd. And because there's only 7 cars in today's field, Bryce must finish at least in the 2nd position. So it's that easy. Noah 5th or better, Bryce 2nd or better to win their respective championships. And normally we would have a different sort of timing. You see something showing up on the left side of your screen. You know what? I wish I could tell you what's wrong. There was a new update to the graphics that was downloaded just before we kicked off, and this is where we're at. So we'll just have that black half of the timing screen for the rest of the evening. That's all right. And I'm screwing around with settings trying to get it to work, but it wouldn't be a Rick James broadcast if something didn't go wrong. But this time, it's not my fault. Noah Belleville, on the other hand, has decided to come in. He started this race on the primary red tire. You see that right there. He must change compounds, so most likely he will go to the white tire, the primary compound. Red is the alternate, white is the primary. Meanwhile, while we're fussing over graphics and other things that don't matter, at the front of this race, Virginia's Aaron Edwards now takes away with the lead. Let's see what happened on lap number 3. This is Aaron getting around Nick Pressey. Oh, Pressey really slow out of the 3rd corner. Aaron takes advantage. And the position is his through turn number 4. So the Virginian now comes away with the lead. Nick Pressey in 2nd. And another Greensburg, Kentucky native, Toby Estes, currently sitting in the 3rd position. And Steph says, happy troublesome Tuesday. Yeah, you're damn right. That's okay. We'll make the most of it. 21 laps to go next time by. Aaron Edwards leads Nick Pressey by 1 second. The championship leader, Noah Belleville, in 7th. Bryce Saucier in 4th. So right now, Bryce, again, 2nd is the minimum for Bryce. There's only 7 cars in tonight's field. Noah Belleville will be champion if he finishes 5th or better. Bryce Saucier cannot be champion if he finishes worse than 2nd, regardless of what Noah Belleville does. Real easy math. We'll make it work. Meanwhile, Toby Estes just went quickest, 1:10.81 for the Greensburg pilot. Let's go on board. Grandma Jeannie in the house cheering on Noah Belleville, saying you can come back. He absolutely can come back. 2:0 to go and 1:9 at the line. Aaron Edwards leads Nick Pressey by just over 1 second, who leads Toby Estes by 1.5 seconds. Bryce Saucier, 4.5 seconds off the top 3, and work to do for the championship contender. Briley Wright, 10 seconds off of Bryce. Colin McDonough, 10 seconds away from Briley. And a quickly approaching Noah Belleville just comes over that hill. Car 41 on the chase. Let's go on board with Noah. Who just went quickest, mind you, 1:10.61. Noah Belleville, despite his last place position right now, he came down on lap 3, changed to the primary tire, so he is not responsible for changing tires anymore in this race, and that's not going to help him. You saw the car rebound off of the curb in that left-hander before the corkscrew. Luckily, he doesn't hit anything, but let's have another look. Meanwhile, 2nd place just changed hands. Toby Estes getting around Nick Pressey. We'll go to that in a moment. Colin McDonough's gone off the racetrack. Steph's not going to be happy about that. She's a big Colin fan. And Noah Belleville will now close the gap again. There's Colin McDonough. There's the 41 coming off the final corner. The job gets easier for Bryce, but he's got to get the work done. 2nd place within view. Toby Estes just took 2nd away from Nick Pressey, headed into the corkscrew. And Estes, the Greensburg native, now trying to hold off the attack from the Brooklyn pilot. On board with Toby. Pressey's gap closing back to Bryce Saucier in 4th. And 3rd place now on the line, Brooklyn's Nick Pressey. trying to hold off Maine's Bryce Saucier. Noah Belleville. And Nick Pressey goes around, contact with Bryce Saucier coming out of the final corner. They keep it moving. No caution. Saucier in the 7, now missing a piece of that race car. Belleville, and caution is out. Caution is out. That definitely brings out a caution. And Bryce Saucier in the 3rd position now with a wrecked race car. This means, well, a good thing for Bryce, because he was absolutely going to need to come in to get that race car repaired. He still needs to bring it back around in one piece. And great news for Noah Belleville, who is right now 33 seconds behind Bryce Saucier. So both good and bad news for Bryce. I guess you live and you die by the caution. Aaron Edwards had a massive lead over Toby Estes. That's going to shrink back up. Sounds like a diesel. Sounds like a Jake brake, doesn't it? When they let off the throttle and go into the corner. I love that sound. Have a listen. Bryce Saucier just trying to make it back in one piece. Nick Pressey with a plume of smoke behind him. Not a great night for the teammates, and Bryce still hasn't come in. I'm not sure if the penalty is going to be just being sent to the end of the longest line, but Bryce, get the car fixed before you make it worse. He will continue to go further. So will Aaron Edwards. Let's bother this guy real quick. Let's see what he's up to. Aaron, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me?
Hey, 10-4, I got you.
All right, buddy. So, coming off an incredible Thursday Night Thunder season in the Gen 4 cars, 2nd in the championship, your championship rival, Jacob Bradley, announced he will not be there next year. Those are the current plans. So I guess that gives you the #1 seed headed into Thursday Night Thunder Season 12. We're going to be back early February. With all that being said, screw the stock cars. Are you going to win tonight? You're in the lead in the Indy cars, man.
Man, that would be really cool. It's just kind of been a passion project for me. I enjoy racing the downforce road cars more than the sports cars. So, been wanting to get good at Indy cars, and coming over here and getting my ass kicked every week has been really fun. I was just talking to some of the guys under caution. I'm gonna have to probably swap to the primaries here under this pit stop, and apparently they're having trouble getting temp in the tires. So, who knows? I'm gonna do my best to hang on to my track position, and we'll try and win it from here. Got a lot of laps left though.
Plenty to go. Toby Estes is no slouch to the Indy cars, as he has proved. He sits behind you after you had, 2-3 seconds on him. But genuinely, it's awesome that you're having fun out here. We know that you're going to come out for Mazda Mondays in 2 weeks, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I raced it last season. I'm looking forward to this season.
MX-5's at Michigan. All right, we'll let you get to work, buddy. Have fun.
Thank you.
With a blink, Aaron Edwards will bring that 1.6-liter turbocharged. Is it 1.6-liter turbocharged engines in these Indy cars, or am I thinking Formula One? Anyway, I don't know a thing about racing, clearly. Everybody except Noah Belleville is coming into the pits. Noah pitted on lap number 3. And for all intents and purposes, we're going to be A-okay if you're in the Belleville camp. Let's talk to him real quick and figure this out. Noah Belleville, a.k.a. Moldy. How are you, my son? You okay?
Oh, I'm feeling better now.
After that caution came out, Grandma Jeannie's in the house. She's rooting for you. The championship is heavily in your favor, because if Bryce Saucier finishes 3rd or worse, it doesn't matter what you do. Knowing that, are you just kind of taking it easy, or now that you have this yellow lifeline that's been thrown onto the racetrack, clearly you're going to be going for that win?
Yeah, I mean, before, after turn 1, I pit to fix the damage, I was just kind of chilling. But, yeah, that caution pretty much just handed me the lead, so as long as these tires can hold up, yeah, I'm going to try and go for the win, but I'm also going to not push it too far. If someone's, racing me really hard, I'm not going to take my chances, I just got to finish at least top 5, and I should be good.
Well, that was going to be my next question about the tires, is are they going to hold? You pitted on lap 3. Everybody else is pitting on lap number 10. 3 drivers are sitting on the alternate tires. So you may be able to take them out of the equation because the tires aren't going to last another 15 laps at race speed. However, Aaron Edwards, Toby Estes, Bryce Saucier, their tires are 7 laps more fresh than yours. You've done a lot of practice. You know these cars inside and out because you are the defending champion of WinterIndy. Are the primaries going to last seven laps on this really hot Laguna Seca?
Yeah, honestly, I think it should be fine. It's kind of like last week when I stayed out. The primaries don't really fall off that much, and honestly, it kind of works in my favor for the restart because I don't got to restart on cold tires. So that helps, but I think they should be good to go to the end because I didn't really do that many laps on them yet.
Who are you more worried about, Aaron Edwards or Toby Estes?
That is a good question. I mean, probably Aaron just for turn 1 purposes because you never know if someone will come flying into your rear end. But Bryce is quick. He was quickest probably in practice, and he's quick in qualifying, so he's got the fastest lap right now, and he's the other guy in the title fight, so he's definitely the one that I'm watching.
It ain't over till it's over, and we know you're going to be there for Mazda Monday in 2 weeks at Michigan, yes?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, buddy. Get back to work. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you.
Big fan of the Chiefs. Big news that the Chiefs are going to be moving to the other side of Kansas City. Is that right? I have no... yeah, the other side of Kansas City. They're going to be moving right next to Kansas Speedway, I think. So, new stadium for them. The Arrowhead lease is up in 2030. Shout out Moldy. Shout out Seth Wansing and all the other fans, all the other members of Chiefs Kingdom in the house. Half a lap to green. Aaron Edwards, Toby Estes, Bryce Saucier, Colin McDonough running 1 through 5. Briley Wright in 6th. Brooklyn's Nick Pressey in the 7th position, now on red tires. He had a spin in the final corner, and he was nailed by his teammate, Bryce Saucier. Bryce must finish 2nd or better. Noah Belleville, who is leading this race, must finish 5th or better to clinch the championship. And he said he's worried about Aaron Edwards on the restart. So we'll see exactly what happens. 12 laps going to be complete and 13 of the schedule. 25 underway. Gravel flies everywhere. Green flag is out. Cars go around at the back. Is it Bryce? It's Nick Pressey and somebody else. Was it Nick Pressey and Briley Wright? Have a look. Have a look.
Yellow flag is out.
Caution is out. You just heard it. A couple of cars making contact. Nick Pressey and Briley Wright going around again. Not a great restart. This will give us a chance to take a break here. So we'll take 2 minutes after we have several looks at just what in the world went on. But I think Nick was being, and this is my very amateur thought here, but Nick being very pedestrian, Nick being very conservative on the braking into turn number 1. Briley tries to get around him. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe Briley's being ultra conservative on the braking. Nick flies around him. And then I'm not sure if Briley put in too much wheel, too much gas, and he just went around. Have another look. Possibly just gets on the rumble strips. Let's go again with Briley. And caution number 2 in our little 25-lap shootout. We've got just over 12 laps to go in 2025. All of this, by the way, brought to you by the good folks at Drip Diecast and Collectibles. They've kept us going since day one. If you love any of the paint schemes you see here, if you love a die cast, you just want a racing die cast for yourself, whether it's NASCAR, IndyCar, iRock, they have them. Check them out on eBay. Drip Diecasts and Collectibles, your #1 store for NASCAR memorabilia and more. Check them out. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to let these kids get sorted back again. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. We'll talk more racing and other garbage in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Bring this time by at iRacing's WeatherTech Laguna, Seca. Noah Belleville has control of the field. If you just tuned in, we've missed a couple of cautions, but nothing catastrophic. If you don't know the championship game, it goes like this in the final race of the season, of the calendar. If Belleville, who's leading this race, finishes 5th or better, he shall be champion. Bryce Saucier must finish 2nd or better to have a chance at the championship. Green flag is out. 10 laps to go in 2025. Aaron Edwards trying to make it work on the outside of Briley Wright. Nick Pressey sitting up ahead in the blue and gold, number 3. The ABN champion trying to get one last podium in the Indy cars. Oh, they're getting so squirrely. Look at Toby Estes going into the corkscrew. He locks it up a little bit, but they survive. Bryce Saucier trying to get around him. Briley Wright in 4th. Aaron Edwards in 5th. Estes and Saucier 6th and 7th. Noah Belleville leads Colin McDonough by 9 tenths. 9 laps to go. Colin McDonough's gone around in the final corner. And not a good look for the Trenton pilot. Let's see what happened to Colin. Well, hang on. Briley Wright getting around Aaron Edwards for the 3rd position. Inside, here comes Toby Estes. These two literally live within a couple miles of each other. Oh, and they make a little bit of contact. Briley just nuzzles the rear end of Toby Estes. Excuse me, I got that the other way around. It was Toby that got up the rear end of Briley. I always confuse those two. Hey, Aaron Edwards struggling to stay on the racetrack. He sits in 3rd through the quick left-hander and now into the corkscrew again. Here comes Toby Estes to the inside. Let's go on board with the Kentucky driver. And the iRacing sunshine comes back onto the race cars and gives them a beautiful glow with 7 laps to go this time by. Bryce Saucier and Toby Estes getting close into the corkscrew. Big crash into the corkscrew. Caution will come out again. Bryce Saucier absolutely forcing the issue on to Toby Estes into the corkscrew. 3rd caution of the night comes out. That's going to bunch the cars back up inside the final 10 laps. Toby Estes. Surprised he only came away with just a missing half a wing. Saucier on the other end looks relatively undamaged. And let's have another look at what happened on lap 18. At first glance, Bryce really did shove the race car in there onto the left-hand side, and it's such a hard pass to make. Genuinely, you wouldn't even consider it a passing zone. Take another look from the sky. Yeah, Toby has the block. He moves outside to get in there. Bryce going into a gap that was always closing. And Briley Wright wisely putting the binders on board with car 7. With Toby Estes. Third caution of the night, and we're going to restart this race inside the final 5 laps of competition. Noah Belleville leads. Nick Pressey in second. Aaron Edwards in third. Nick Pressey, He came down on lap number 10. Aaron Edwards came down on lap number 14 and switched to the alternate tires. Noah Belleville had the opportunity to pit and chose not to. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we're going to be back for the remaining 5 laps of competition. It'll be 5 laps to go in the championship, 5 laps to go in the scheduled calendar for Rick James TV. This will be it. These will be the last 5 laps of competition, unless we go to overtime. Noah Belleville with control of the field and the championship in his hands. Nick Pressey in second, Aaron Edwards in third. Belleville takes off. Green flag is out. Pressey really sends it in deep on Noah Belleville, but does not make contact. Bryce Saucier in fourth. Toby Estes trying to chase him down, possibly get revenge. Look at the gravel just being kicked up onto the racetrack. Nick Pressey not bothered by any of that and chasing car 41 on board with Pressey. Terrible exit out of the corner as well. Nick did not downshift. Meanwhile, Aaron Edwards now has Bryce Saucier behind him. Belleville, Edwards, Saucier running 1, 2, 3, 4 laps to go this time by. Nick Pressey in fourth. He goes off the track briefly. Briley Wright in fifth. Colin McDonough and Toby Estes now battling. Almost 3 wide out of the final corner. How about this threesome? Do they survive into turn number 1? Toby wants to throw it really deep onto Briley Wright, but he just can't find the angle. He's trying to make it stick. Toby is really trying to find his way through Briley. And Briley continues to box out and play the hard D. He's not going to let him get to the hole, and Toby continues to stay in the shadow. Colin McDonough in the 39. Trying to run away with fifth. Meanwhile, second place, hotly contested. Bryce Saucier on the outside of Aaron Edwards. Aaron does not give up the line, but Bryce almost shakes the car. He slides into the corkscrew. I can't believe he got away with that second place pass. What a move by Bryce Saucier. That was something else. That was awesome. What a pass. And they're not done yet. What a move, genuinely, what a move. That was really special. I don't want to tear away from this because I'm expecting some awesome pass by Aaron Edwards. Aaron might just try to do the exact same thing. You see him just bounce over those sausage curbs. He needs to be extremely careful he doesn't wreck the race car. And Aaron is way too far to make a move, but Bryce Saucier goes off the racetrack and he invites Edwards again into the corkscrew. How does it go? It goes Saucier, then Edwards. Saucier again, just going through the sand and inviting Aaron Edwards right behind him. He's lucky he hasn't lost the race car yet. Can we get another look at that Saucier move, though? Watch this. Bryce on the outside almost locks up the rear wheels, gives it a little bit of a shake, and just survives through that. Another look. Controls the skid, 2 wheels through the sand, and he's out of there. Great pass. Bryce Saucier in second by 1 second over Aaron Edwards, who now has Nick Pressey behind him, and the Brooklyn pilot wants to get that podium. The second for the lead. And Pride on the line. Noah Belleville, what a skid through the left-hander, turn number 6. Bryce Saucier now on the outside. Last-ditch effort for Bryce to have any shot at the championship. Huge contact between them. Headed into the corkscrew, it's Aaron Edwards, it's Nick Pressey, and the caution will fly one more time before we end this one. And where you thought it was going to be Bryce Saucier and Noah Belleville wrecking in the corkscrew, it was Aaron Edwards and Nick Pressey who's been left undamaged. Same for Aaron Edwards. And 2025 will end with a green-white checker. So this is well before. Watch this. Oh, this is even worse. Okay, can we go back a little further here? There we go. Oh, Aaron Edwards, what an unfortunately timed block. I don't think that was a smart move at all. Have a look at the 15. Keep your eye on the white, blue, and red car. Oh, it's a really, really late block by Aaron Edwards. Yeah, nothing Nick could do at this point here. See if we can go back further, though. With Aaron Edwards. And they almost collided with the leaders. Can we go on board with Noah Belleville? Watch this from the 41's perspective. Can you imagine if they collided with the leaders at that point? Belleville must wait yet again. For his championship. Lights are still on atop the pace car. Nick Pressey is going to bring it into the pits. Try and get that race car repaired. We're going to take what I thought was going to be our last break last time, but we'll do the last 30 seconds here. Tell you what. We'll make it at 60 seconds. We'll do a not 30 seconds. Forget it. Let's do a 30-second break here. We don't want to miss a thing. We'll do a 30-second break, and we'll be back for, hopefully, the last 2 laps of 2025. Don't go anywhere. Admittedly, it's far more cautions than I expected. I've lost count. What are we, 4 or 5? This is our 4th caution. It will be our 4th restart. Hopefully, we can go 2 laps without any sort of contact. Look at all the gravel on the racetrack now being kicked up everywhere. Noah Belleville, Bryce Saucier, Toby Estes are your top 3. Aaron Edwards, Nick Pressey, now 4th and 7th. Colin McDonough on the verge of a top 5, and Briley Wright, the man who crashed on lap number 1, is trying to defend it. Noah Belleville has to defend his championship, and Bryce Saucier has to hope Belleville crashes or otherwise while Bryce survives to have a shot at the title. Noah brings them down nice and slow. Green flag is out, and we're racing again. There goes Colin McDonough. What in the world happened here? Is this Colin and Briley? Oh, huge contact with Colin and Briley. And caution undoubtedly flies again. Aaron Edwards gets into it as well, and this is now verging on the farcical. This is kind of ridiculous. And no downforce for the 15. Have another look at Briley here. See if we can go on board with Colin as well. And somehow Aaron Edwards got a piece of this also. Have a look with the car 15. Colin will come into the pits. Briley will come into the pits. Try and get the race cars repaired. Noah Belleville probably just itching to finish this race. Let's find out. Noah Belleville, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cautions breed cautions, man, but this is getting a little ridiculous.
I don't like it. I'm running out of games to play.
Well, and that and Bryce Saucier keeps on getting another chance to overtake you. There's another chance for the rare Noah Belleville mistake. But, I mean, hey, we're literally ending 2025 with a bang, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm just worried about tires at this point, just because, you know, it's easier to put heat and maintain it into the reds than the hards. And every time we have one of these cautions, I gotta try my hardest to keep these things warm, and it's a lot easier for the reds.
Well, your work's cut out for you. Bryce Saucier gets another stab at it, but of course keep in mind, 5th or better, and the championship is yours. So have fun with that. We'll talk to Bryce in a second.
All right, see.
Bryce Saucier, Rick James in the house. You got me?
I got you.
All right, buddy. So you keep getting chances. You keep getting chances. How are you going to overtake Noah with the hope that he somehow crashes out in these final 2 laps?
We're going to just give it everything we've got. We're just going to go for it. Like I'd like to end the year on some sort of high. It's not looking likely for the championship, so we're going to try and win a race.
All right, buddy. Have fun. Keep it in one piece, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of the show.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Maine's Bryce Saucier will go to work. Hopefully this will be the last restart of the night. They can't do this forever. What'd they ask Mick McCarthy? It can't go on forever, and he says it can. Noah Belleville has the most amazing fan in the world in Grandma Jeannie. She's in the chat saying, I'm on pins and needles. Realistically speaking, it is Noah Belleville's championship to throw away, and I mean throw away in the garbage and burn it. He has to finish 5th or better, barring any contact, barring any interference from any of his rivals on the racetrack. It is his. Bryce Saucier can win the race all he wants. If Noah Belleville finishes 5th or better, it is his championship. And that's what Bryce said. He says, we're going for wins. We get one more attempt at a green-white checker. Hopefully we make it in one piece. The green flag flew 45 minutes ago. And 2025 will not go away without some drama. They're going to kick it into high gear one more time. Green flag will come out at iRacing's Laguna Seca. It will be the final 2 laps of the calendar season, or will it? It's up to them to decide. Noah Belleville through Aaron Edwards, 1st through 6th, take the green. 2 to go. Aaron Edwards all over the back end of Colin McDonough. Nick Pressey is next on McDonough's radar. Toby Estes in 3rd. The lead now contested. Does Bryce risk it? No. Belleville, Saucier, Estes. 1, 2, 3. Everybody makes it through. And they go again. Bryce Saucier trying everything he can. You have got to give Bryce that credit. There he goes to the inside. Bryce Saucier sends it in on Noah Belleville. White flag will come out this time by. It will be an official race. 2025 will be in the books. Saucier leads Belleville into 1. There goes Noah on the outside. Do they make contact? No. Remember, Bryce Saucier on much fresher tires around Noah Belleville. Toby Estes still in 3rd, and he's got a chance for 2nd. Saucier to the lead. 7/10 the gap. Bryce Saucier now 9/10 ahead of Noah Belleville, who's got Toby Estes bearing down on him. On board with Toby. Final time through the corkscrew. Bryce Saucier running away with this one. What a way to end the calendar. What a way to end the racing season. Saucier, Belleville, Estes, one more corner. Huge contact. Toby into Noah. Bryce will come out of the final corner to win the race. Nick Pressey goes into 2nd. Toby Estes into 3rd. Bryce Saucier with the win. Pressey in 2nd by a 1/4 of a second. Aaron Edwards, then Noah Belleville. Colin McDonough, your finishing order. Bryce Saucier will be your final winner in 2025 on Rick James TV, and another win for the great state of Maine. That's going to be his 3rd win of the WinterIndy season. Noah Belleville finishes exactly in 5th. Exactly in the 5th position. Had Noah Belleville lost one more position, Bryce Saucier would be your champion. One more look. Toby Estes with just immense contact on Noah Belleville, who now struggles to get out of the final corner. There is Colin McDonough. There is the championship position. The gap between them, 3/4 of a second. One more look. Run this back. There is Colin McDonough. And up ahead is Noah Belleville. And this here, the 41 and the 39, that decided the championship after heavy contact from Toby Estes. Bryce Saucier, celebratory regardless after an amazing season for him. 3 wins for Bryce. We're going to talk to Bryce, Nick, and Toby in just a moment. On the podium with our top 3 after an unbelievable final lap of racing. All the races we've done in 2025, and it comes down to that. The championship came down to 3/4 of a second on the racetrack. We're going to cover these points in just a moment. Let's start with our bronze medalist, though, Toby Estes in that 3rd position. Toby, you were so close to being the headline for the day, man, but did you have fun out there?
Upset at myself on that one.
I mean, regardless, I'm glad you had a good time. You come away with 3rd. Are we going to see you for Mazdas in a couple of weeks?
No, I wouldn't miss Mazda Mondays for anything in the world, man. I'm excited for it.
I love it, buddy. Unofficially, you're going to come home 4th in the points with an average start and finish of 5th. Congratulations. Let's go to our silver medalist, Nick Pressey. You will finish 3rd in the point standings, 12 ahead of Toby, and 10 behind our champion. Great season for you. Did you at least have fun tonight?
Oh man, tonight was an unmitigated disaster, but yeah, I have fun. I just couldn't get the car right is all. You know, the way the seats parted on that last corner though, that was something else, man.
Yeah, something to watch for sure. Absolutely, as we're seeing it right there. Toby making the contact with Moldy, and then here comes Aaron Edwards, who loses a piece of the race car. You come home in 2nd. January 5, Mazda's at Michigan. You in?
I got nothing better to do, yeah.
Glad to hear. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, my friend. Merry Christmas to Toby, and Merry Christmas to Nick as well. And then let's talk to our race winner, Bryce Saucier. Congratulations on the win. You win the race. Toby Estes shunts Noah Belleville around. Noah Belleville finishes 5th, and unofficially, he is the champion by 1 point. 53 points to 52 points. You come home 2nd in WinterIndy 3 with a win, so you match Noah Belleville on wins. What a season, regardless.
We gave everything we had to do what we could do. Needed 300s in qualifying, I guess. But during the race for Trish, I think it was in last like 3 times in that race. So to come out with the wins is big. It shows the performance I've had all year. So nothing to scoff at, nothing to hold our head at. Ran good all year, just not good enough.
Absolutely nothing to scoff at, and nothing to be disappointed about. The difference was 2 positions over 6 races. It could have been influenced by literally anything. And regardless, here you are, second in WinterIndy, which regardless of how much fun we have and how much screwing around we do, it still is just a competition at the end of the day, and you all are competing. So congratulations on the win. I know we're going to see you for Mazda Mondays in 2 weeks at Michigan.
Yeah, definitely think I'm probably going to make an appearance. Just going to take a while to recover from this little sting here. Pretty disappointed with the end result, but
chin up, you'll be all right.
I've lost one like this before, and they don't get even.
WinterIndy 4 is 11 months away. We'll see you then. But for now, man, enjoy the holiday. Have a happy new year. Enjoy the win, Bryce, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Fans at home, that does it for us. That does it for 2025. Shout out Grandma Jeannie, Mama Vols, Steph, who joined us, and she's been a regular in the last quarter of the season. Tanner Lockhart, Thomas Andrews, Drip Diecast and Collectibles. What more can we say? One last plug for the calendar year for Drip Diecast. Folks, if you need a diecast, if you want a diecast for your desk, for a gift, for somebody, you know what to do. Check them out on eBay. Drip Diecast and Collectibles, they're your #1 store for racing memorabilia and more. Drip Diecast and Collectibles on eBay. They keep us going strong, and you should pay them a visit. Thank you to Drip, Thomas Andrews, Tom Sears, Briley Wright, Toby Estes, Dustin Painter, anybody who's ever had a hand in any part of Rick James TV production, thank you. This is going to put a cap on 4.5, 5 years of streaming. So thank you so much. Everybody, please enjoy your holiday. Be safe, be kind to each other, enjoy your new year. January 5 is not that far away, and if you've never seen the MX-5s race in whatever crazy crap that I'm going to put together for those 6 weeks, tune in. It is going to be chaotic, and it's going to be so much fun. Thank you to anybody that's ever had anything to do with Rick James TV, and for your patronage and just for your time. Thank you for your time and having fun and kicking it with us, because we cannot do this without you. Our bread and butter, the Gen 4 cars, they will be returning in February. Again, not that far away. We're going to have new graphics. We're going to have new everything. So come kick it with us for our 12th season of Thursday Night Thunder. And of course, before that, it's going to be our 5th edition of Mazda Monday. The 5th edition of the ARCS MX-5 Cup, January 5, right here, Rick James TV at iRacing's Michigan. And until that next race, everybody stay safe. Have a very happy holiday, and we will see you all